Starting with Swamp Leech. 1 mana 2/1 lifesteal. 1 mana 2/1 lifesteal is fine. I mean, if you're playing a more aggressive deck, this is great because a 1 mana 2/1 is always going to be good. But with control decks, you can actually heal too, right? So Swamp Leech is fine, 3 stars. Swamp Dragon Egg. It's a 1 mana 0/3 that when it dies, you get to add a random dragon to your hand. This card is very bad because you have to activate this. It doesn't do anything. You have to play something like Warlock or Paladin. You have to buff this up somehow. And the upside is just you get a dragon. So I think this is really bad. 1 star. Vicious Scalehide is a 2 mana 1/3 lifesteal with Rush. Obviously, it has 1 attack, which means that it's not going to be trading that well. It does have Rush, so you can actually pick stuff off. This card is probably going to be just very, very filler. Like, you don't really want to... 2 mana 1/3 lifesteal is not really insane. And what, you're going to pick off like a Paladin 1/1? Yeah, this is pretty bad. I think this is just 1 star as well. Alright, Spellshifter is a werewolf. For 2 mana, you get a 1/4 or a 4/1 with spell damage +1. This is also kind of filler. I don't think this is that insane. I mean, spell damage +1 is pretty good on a 2-drop, right? That's where you want your spell damage to be. But the fact that this can actually be trashed in a lot of decks means that it's gonna be pretty bad. And 2 mana 4/1 is kind of bad in Arena. Like, it just dies to everything. So yeah, not really a big fan of this card. I'm just gonna give this 1 star. Lost Spirit. 2 mana 1/1 common again. It's a death rattle, give your minions +1 attack. This is also not going to be that good. It's like Spawn and Azov, but also very flimsy. You don't want to play this on turn 2 because it's just going to die and give you no value. This is another 1-star card. Walnut Sprite, 3 mana 3/3 with Echo, so you can play this as a 3 mana 3/3 or a 6 mana 6/6 or a 9 mana 9/9 pretty much in a sense, right? I think Walnut Sprite is really good. I don't think you ever want to pass this card. The fact that you can scale this up is really strong. So I think as a neutral card, it's actually really high up. Like, it's really, really strong. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. The fact that this can scale with, you know, just the game, I like it. Yeah, this is great. Henge Clan Thug. For 3 mana, you get a 3/3. After your hero attacks, give this minion +1/+1. So in non-weapon classes, this is 2 stars because this is still a 3 mana 3/3. Right? It's still not bad. But if you are in a weapon class or if you are in Druid, right? This could get really good because the threat of activation means that your opponent cannot really play a 3/4 into this, right? If you play it this and your opponent plays a 3/4, then they're going to be really sad. And then what? You're going to grow this even more. So this, if you're playing a class that can actually activate this, it's going to be really powerful. I think this is great. I'm going to give this 4 stars. And the fact that you can also activate this immediately means that it's going to be really good. Say you're playing Rogue, right? You play Rogue, Hero Power, and then turn 3 you play this. It's already a 4/4 with no downside. So yeah, this is actually really, really good. You know what? I'm going to change my rating. I think this is going to be 5 stars. Especially in classes like Rogue. Yeah, I'm going to change my rating. This card is actually really good. It grows out of control. +1/+1, man. 5 stars in Rogue, 4 stars in other classes that can use this, and 2 stars in classes that can attack. Okay, I like that. I like that. 5 stars in Rogue. Marsh Drake. Now, this card is very cool. 3 mana, you get a 5/4 dragon. So, really above the curve. Your opponent gets a 2/1 poisonous Drake Slayer, though. So, they get a 2/1 poisonous dude. Very strong if you can deal with the poisonous minion. So, if you have something like a Whirlwind, Maelstrom Portal, you know, stuff like that. Well, not Maelstrom Portal, because that's rotating out. Or even a weapon. Then you get a 3 mana 4/4, which is nice. There's also some cute stuff you can do with this, because you can also use Betrayal on the poisonous minion to clear your opponent's board. You can also use Shadow Madness and actually steal the poisonous minion for yourself. Or you can even use MC Tech, stuff like that. So there's a lot of upside for this. I like Marsh Drake, so I think this is going to be great. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I think this is fine. Pumpkin Peasant is a 3 mana werewolf with lifesteal. It's a 2/4 or 4/2. 3 mana 4/2 lifesteal is pretty good, right? 3 mana, deal 4 damage to something, gain 4 life. I think Pumpkin Peasant is actually a fine werewolf card. If you need a 2/4, you can play a 2/4 as well. So yeah, I think this card is good. 3 stars. It's a fine card. Blackwall Pixie. For 3 mana, you get a 3/4 neutral, and you refresh your hero power. 3 mana 3/4 is super playable already. That's at the like bottom line. It's already at 3 stars. And refresh your hero power means that you have to play this on turn 7 for it to actually do anything, right? You want a hero power, play Blackwell Pixie, and then play the hero power again. So this would be a 7 mana 3/4 play a hero power twice, or a 3 mana 3/4. And you know, I don't think the 7 mana version is that much more amazing. So I think this is just fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna give this 3 stars. Tangle for a Mystic. For 3 mana, you get another 3/4. But as a battle cry, add a random 2-cost minion to each player's hand. 3 mana 3/4 once again is fine. Obviously, adding random 2-cost minion to each player's hand is like whatever, who cares? And you know, you get one, your opponent gets one, you're getting the 3 mana 3/4 instead. So it's a 3 stars. Ravencaller. For 3 mana, you get a 2/1, and you add 2 random 1-cost minions to your hand. This is actually very above the curve. You get 3 mana 2/1 is it's like whatever, right? But you draw 2 cards, and those 2 cards are 1-drops. So they actually fill in the curve really, really well. I think Ravencaller is actually a decent arena card. I think I'll give this 3 stars. This is fine. Unpowered Steamboat is a 4 mana 0/9 mech with taunt. 0. Swift Messenger, 4 mana 2/6 werewolf. It has rush, and it's basically swaps between 2/6 or 6/2. Now 4 mana deals 6 damage as a fireball, and the neutral fireball is really, really good. If you want to trade something off with a 2 attack, then you can. But obviously, it really depends on the turn you have it, right? Because you don't really control the swap. It swaps itself. But man, 4 mana deals 6 damage to a minion seems really, really good. So yeah, I feel like this is fine. I think you will always pick this. Man, this seems better than I think. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I think this is a good neutral minion. 4 mana fireball is great. Felsoul Inquisitor is a 4 mana 1/6 lifesteal and taunt. So it's a Motion Warden with 1 less health and lifesteal. That seems pretty bad to me. I don't think I ever want to draft this. Yeah, Motion Warden is already really bad. 1-star card. Rotten Apple Bomb. For 5 mana, you get a 4/5 taunt. When it dies, you restore 4 health to your hero. Restoring health to your hero is still not that good in Arena, so I think this is more of a constructor card, if anything. So yeah, Rotten Apple Bomb is going to be bad. I mean, 5 mana 4/5 taunt is definitely below the curve. 2 stars. 2 stock. Clockwork Automaton. For 5 mana, you get a 4/4 mech that stays on the battlefield, and whenever it does, you double the damage and healing of your hero power. So it works in it works only in some classes, right? It works on it doesn't work on Druid. It works in Hunter, it works in Priest, it works in Mage. It works with Warlock. Lol. And that's it. So if you're in one of those classes, then you know, it gets a little bit better. I think it's a 3-star card if you're in one of those classes. If you're not in one of those classes, you're playing a 5 mana 4/4. So what the hell are you doing? That's a 2 stars. And if you're playing Warlock, that's negative synergy for you. It's a 1 star. Dark Mire Moonkin. 7 mana 2/8 with spell damage +2. Spell damage +2 is obviously a really strong effect, but you know what the problem of this card is? Yes, it has 2 attack. 7 mana 2/8 is just gonna blah. Like, that's a yikes card. I hate this card. I mean, really bad. And the spell damage cards that benefit from it, like, you know, Swipe and Consecration and whatnot, they're already really good by themselves. So this one is a yikes. It's a 1-star card. Fierce Etten is basically Bog Creeper reshaped. So Bog Creeper is good. I can't imagine Fierce Etten being bad. So I think this is gonna be great. So 3 stars. Wormguard is 7 mana 3/11, and if you're holding a dragon, you get to make this a 4/11. Very strong. It's like Tarlord, but you need a dragon. If you don't have a dragon, this is pretty bad. So I think this is gonna be 2 stars. I don't think yeah, this is gonna be pretty hard to activate, I think. Deranged Doctor, 8 mana 8/8, common. Battle card, restore 8 health to your hero. Now, very, very good because it does activate immediately, right? It does stabilize you, and it's an 8 mana 8/8. So I think this is actually a fine card for Arena. Super anti-kill bot, right? I don't see this being bad, right? If you play a Laking card, you want to stabilize. So I think this is good. 3 stars. Cauldron Elemental, 8 mana 7/7 Elemental. Your other elementals have +2 attack. This is a pretty good, you know, just a good late game card, especially with elementals, but nothing really insane or you know, it's just an 8-drop, right? This is what I expect an 8-drop to be, right? So yeah, it's a little bit worse than the other 8-drops for sure. 2 stars. Phantom Militia, 3 mana 2/4 with taunt, and it has echo, so you can play as multiple copies as you want. This is obviously a power creep on Squirming Tentacle, and yeah, I mean, I just don't see how this card is not good, right? Like you can play this at 6 mana, you can play this at 9 mana. This is insane. I think this is 4 stars. You just pick this when you see it. Knight's Prowler, 4 mana 3/3 beast, and it says battlecry. If this is the only minion in the battlefield, gain +3/+3. Wait, what? This card is kind of ridiculous. 4 mana 6/6, sign me up. Obviously, if your opponent has a minion or you have another minion, then it's only a 4 mana 3/3. But the fact that it can be a 4 mana 6/6, holy shit. This card seems really good. I think this card is really good. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Wow, this is very, very strong. Just make some trades and then make this happen. Yeah, I like this. 4 mana 3/3 is not. 4 mana 3/3 is kind of embarrassing, but not too insane. Not out of the question either. You can just play a 4 mana 3/3. That's fine too. All right, Scale Worm, 4 mana 4/4 beast. If you're holding a dragon, it gains +1 attack and rush. So it's a 5/4 rush. So obviously really good if you're holding a dragon. 4 mana 4/4 is not too good, but I mean we played our shares of backroom bouncers, right? And if you have a dragon, it gets pretty good. So 3-star card. This is like classic 3-star card. Next we have Witchwood Piper. For 4 mana, you get a 3/3. Draw the lowest cost minion from your deck. So 4 mana 3/3, draw a card. Now the lowest cost minion in your deck is actually pretty bad, right? Like, you're gonna get a 1-drop or a 2-drop. I don't like that. So I think Witchwood Piper is actually a bad card draw spell. Yeah, it's not really that good. It does draw a card at the end of the day. Yikes, I don't really like this card. Just gonna give this a 2. Life Drinker, 4 mana 3/3, Battlecry, suck your opponent for 3. And what that means is you deal 3 damage to them and you restore 3 health to your hero. It's Corcoran Elite, and it's really good because it restores health to your hero, right? I think Life Drinker is great. Yeah, I think this is actually really fine. How could this be bad? This is fine. We'll give this 3 stars. We'll give this 3 stars. It's a 6 health swing, and you get a 4 mana 3/3. Yeah, I'll give this 3 stars. Mad Hatter. Holy jeez. 4 mana 3/2 Mad Hatter. Deal as a battlecry. Randomly toss 3 hats to other minions, and each hat gives +1/+1. This is ridiculous. I think this card is actually insane, right? 4 mana 6/5 if your opponent has no minions and you have just 1. I feel like Mad Hatter is gonna be insane. I think this is actually a 5-star card. Like, you play this and your opponent just can't win anymore. Because the hats give charge as well, right? And you can also play Mad Hatter when you have more minions than your opponents. I think this is actually 5 stars. Whenever you get the board and you play this, you just win the game. I think this is ridiculous. I'm pretty high on Mad Hatter. So yeah, I like this card. This is a 5-star. This is a 5-star card. I like, every time you see this, I think I would draft it. And then I would try and draft a lot of tempo cards, like very low curve. Yeah, I think this is ridiculous. All right, fine. I'll give this 4 stars because there is some times that you can't play it. All right, I'm gonna give this 4 stars, but this card is really good. I'm really high on this. All right, I'll give this 4 stars. Fine. There might be some cases where you can't play it. All right, next up we have Witchwood Grizzly, 5 mana 3/12 beast, which is really big. As taunt, so that's pretty good. And it loses 1 health for each card in your opponent's hand. We're playing Arena, so your opponent is probably gonna have like what, 4 or 5 cards in turn 5. So this is gonna be a 3/7 or 3/8, and that's really good. That's like a super fan creeper. Yeah, I think Witchwood Grizzly is gonna be great, and you can heal it if you're a priest, or you can summon it back if you're a druid or something like that. This card is great. I think this is good. We'll give this 4 stars. Chief Inspector is one of those boring 5 mana 4/6s that don't really do anything. Destroy enemy secrets is kind of like flavor text. I mean, sure, sometimes you can get it off, but most of the time you're not going to get it off, and it's just 5 mana 4/6. So, you know, it's fine. Whatever. 3 stars. Gilnean Warrior Guard, 8 mana 3/8, or 8/3 because it's a werewolf. It has Divine Shield and Rush. So, this is good. 8 mana deal 8 damage to a minion, and then make it 8/3 is nice. 8 mana deal 3 damage to a minion and make it 3/8 is nice. I think Gilnean Warrior Guard is great. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I think, yeah, most of the werewolves are just really good in Arena. Baleful Banker, 2 mana 2/2. Choose a friendly minion, shuffle a copy of it into your deck. I think this is garbage. You do not want to shuffle anything in your deck in your Arena because it doesn't really matter. And it's a 2 mana 2/2. I think this is actually just garbage. It's a 2 mana 2/2 at the end of the day. So if you need a 2-drop, you're gonna craft this. I mean, you're gonna draft this. So whatever. Baleful Banker, 2 stars. Voodoo Doll is a 3 mana 1/1. Choose a minion and Death Rattle destroy the chosen minion. This is really, really good. It's an assassin in some classes, right? If you're playing mage and you're playing Voodoo Doll, you can just choose a minion and then ping it off and just destroy it, which is like assassinate, which is really good. Now, you could actually use this and your opponent's not going to want to trade with that minion. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to be doing 3 mana 1/1, smack their other minion, and then Death Rattle kill that minion. So it's a 3 mana, destroy target minion, and deal 1 damage to another thing. I like it. This card is great. I think Voodoo Doll is kind of like an insta-pick. I just don't see this being bad. I think this is 5 stars. This card is so good, even if you're not playing any of those ping classes. Just keep in mind, if you play Whirlwind or like Spirit Lash, you can also activate this. This card is insane. Nightmare Amalgam is all tribes, 3 mana 3/4. Yep, 3 mana 3/4, that's playable. And it activates your other stuff, so that's playable. So 3 stars. Witch's Cauldron, 3 mana 3/04. After a friendly minion dies, add a random shaman spell to your hand. I feel like this is bad. 3 mana 0/4 doesn't do anything. You need other friendly minions to die, which not really that good. Witch's Cauldron is just bad. Just 1 star. At least it draws you cards, right? So, you know, not that bad, but this card is bad. Sandbinder is a 4 mana 2/4 battle cry. Draw an elemental from your deck. Weirdly enough, this card might actually be worse than Gnomish Inventor because it only draws elementals. What if you don't draft any elementals, right? Yeah, this card is actually very, very poopy. I think it's a 2 stars, right? It still draws your card, and you have a very good elemental. It draws you that like Blaze Caller or something, right? But man, the fact that I can do nothing is very worrisome. 2 stars. Muck Hunter, 5 mana 5/8. Does have rush, so you can attack immediately on minions. And battlecry summon 2 2/1s Mucklings for your opponent. Obviously, if you can combo this out with other minions, or if you can combo this out with like, you know, a weapon that's equipped, or like some AoEs, that'll be really good. But I feel like this is fine. I mean, this just can't be bad. You don't even need to interact with the 2/1s, right? You can use the 5 mana 5/8 to hit something else. So yeah, it's a fine card, 3 stars. Mossy Horror, 6 mana 2/7, that casts Shadow Word Horror. I mean, this is fine in Arena. I feel like you won't not play this in Arena because it has a battle cry that destroys minions. So it's always going to be reasonable. Pretty funny that it dies to itself, right? If your opponent plays this as well, it can't die to itself. But yeah, this is fine. There are some boards where this is going to be useless, for sure. But I think there are enough boards that this is going to be good. So I think Mossy Horror is going to be great. I actually kind of want to rate this 4 stars because it does come with a 2/7 body. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I think this is actually... No, I'm going to give this 3 stars. Yeah, 3 stars. There are some boards that this is not going to affect. Next we have Worgen Abomination. For 7 mana, you get a 6/6. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all other damaged minions. This is ridiculous. This is like the new Abyssal Enforcer, but neutral. Because it activates at the end of your turn, like every turn, right? And you get to control how it goes. And this also doesn't damage itself, right? This is ridiculous. I think I would always want to draft this if I see this. This is a 4-star card. Very, very strong arena card. Splitting Fester Oot. 8 mana 4/4. Death Rattle. Okay, summon 2 2/2s. And those 2/2s also have a Death Rattle that summons 2 1/1s. So basically it keeps on splitting until it's a 1/1. Yeah, basically it's just keep on splitting. Now, this card is not that good in Arena because it's an 8 mana 4/4 that can attack 3 times, so it deals 4 damage. It's super slow. I think if you want to play an 8-drop, you want to play something that's big. I mean, sure, it's very resilient, but I just don't see this happening. This probably is the best card if you're playing some buff cards, right? So if you play Blessing of Kings on this, your opponent kind of has to kill this, and then you get 2/2s, which is great. So, yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes, you know? Fester Root just kind of works. All right, and now we have 3 legendaries for Arena. Dollmaster Dorian, 5 mana 2/6. Whenever you draw a minion, you summon a 1/1 copy of it. I think this is fine. Your opponent has to deal with this, and it keeps on summoning 1/1s. So I don't think Dollmaster Dorian is going to be bad. It's going to be good. This card is going to be great in Arena. I'll give this 4 stars. Next up, we have Countess Ashmore. For 7 mana, you get a 6/6. Battle cry, draw Rush, Lifesteal, and Death Rattle card from your deck. So this is exactly like Curator when you draft Arena. If you have all these 3 cards, then it's going to be good, and if you don't have all these 3 cards, then it's going to be bad. So it really depends on your draft. But at the ceiling, it's a 4-star card. 7 mana 6/6 draw 3 is really, really good. And even the 7 mana 6/6 draw 1 card is going to be good. So I guess don't be fooled by Curator, I guess. If it draws 1 card, it's going to be good. Alright, and the final card is Azalina Soul Thief. 7 mana 3/3 with battle cry, replace your hand with a copy of your opponent's. This is not that good in Arena because you're going to be playing against a lot of classes that are mid-range, right? Where they just dump out their hand and they have nothing else and you're both top decking. And then you're going to be playing a 7 mana 3/3 that does nothing. So yeah, I don't like this in Arena. I think this is actually pretty garbage. I think I'm just going to give this 1 star in Arena. And that is all for the Arena rating. Oh my god, that took a while. But yeah, Constructed Compendium is coming. Yeah, once again, when the expansion comes out, I'll be streaming it, so make sure to tune in, and I'll be playing Arena, and that'll be great. Okay? So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you then.